Alrighty. Erica Messer, showrunner, producer, Criminal Minds Evolution, joining us to break down what was a very intense season 2 finale. I got to say, Erica, first of all, I just want to say, you know how difficult it was to talk to Paget last week without doing any spoilers, having already seen the episode, just to preview this thing. So just to kick things off here, talk about just her performance and just Prentice in that episode, because I thought it was just incredible.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Paget is like, our all-star player. She is incredible. Every season, everything we ever ask her to do, including this, like, okay, you're going to be tortured. You're going to have the win at the end. And the whole time you're tied in a chair. And she was like, let's go. That sounds great. It was quite a season for her. I mean, she started the season kind of investigating this Gold Star thing on her own because of her own guilt over Doug Bailey being killed. She definitely felt a responsibility over that, even though it truly was not her fault, as we know. And then to just see the journey she was on this year, getting framed, getting arrested, her mugshot leaked to Politico. Like it was like one bad thing after another, in addition to, finding other unsubs of the week and putting together this wicked web that, somehow Elias Voit started. So she, Prentice is, our fearless leader, and we love her. So the fact that the season ended with her getting that win just felt very, very earned.
She actually had another baller move at the end too that I want to talk about, and that's the whole scene with director Madison and the knowing what it takes to be a leader sort of thing. She kind of puffs her chest out a little bit there, and it looks like she might be holding a few more cards than she was before. So this may be better for the future for the BAU. You think?
I think so. I think she, Madison, and we love Clark Gregg as well. Madison really, I think, underestimated this unit in the same way that, I think he said to her, you are, you are 1% of a problem for me. And so, but I think now he recognizes like they're not a team to be messed with. And Prentice certainly showed that, like you said, in that finale.
No doubt about it. If we have a sleeper pick though for MVP of the team, I got to go with Penelope, because you gave her a couple of really big moments in this episode. That face to face with Voight, I was shaking. Okay, like that was crazy stuff. And then the whole thing with the getting the projector up there and kind of saving the day. Does she just kind of have these, like, it seems like she always has these sneaky MVP type moments. So talk about especially that scene with Voight. How did you guys come up with that where she takes the glasses off and it's just on?
Well, we've talked about for every season how Penelope is, the light in our dark world. And what better way to illustrate that than in that long hallway walk with Voight and him just trying to, do his thing with the boys. And for her, just, she's had enough. And for that light to come in and sort of blind him in that moment. And that's what it felt like. It felt like he was uncomfortable.
He was, yeah.
And we haven't really seen him like that. So many of our team members went and visited him in jail, and, they had their one-on-ones with him, and he and Rossi are always my favorite toe to toe. But just seeing her stand there with like just unafraid to look at that darkness was incredible. So yeah, but that was Breen Fraser wrote that episode, and that was his pitch.
I loved it. After all you guys put this team through, and it was a lot this season, you kind of give us a happy ending at the end, which I loved. Was that kind of the plan all along? It's like, all right, we put them through enough. Let's give not just them a happy ending, but the fans as well. Let everybody take a deep breath a little bit.
Yeah, it felt very earned, right? It felt like their life is good. We've been through a lot. Let's all, toast to that, and that we're here, right?
And yet you literally leave the door open in a certain sense, because there you see Voight in the background. You get Rossi's toast. It's like, he's out of our mind, and yet he's still kind of looming there. So how much will we kind of see him? I know you can't really say much about season 3 coming up, but how much will we maybe kind of see him continue to loom in season 3, even if it's just in the background?
Yeah, you absolutely will. I can tell you that. I can't tell you much more than that. We're still writing the season, but Voight is we can't get rid of him. Can't shake that guy. So he'll still be around.
I love to hear that. Speaking of happy endings, though, we kind of have a lot of romance that was blooming in this second season. It seemed like everybody, kind of had their little chance at some romance. Is that something we'll also see carry over into season 3, and maybe some others will get into the mix a bit?
Yeah, we're hoping to continue that trend. It feels like something we weren't really able to tackle in the network version of the series all that often. But it feels like, a nice thing to be able to show our team having a life outside of work.
No doubt. Are we done with Gold Star at this point, or could we maybe continue to see Jade and some of the others? And it feels like that story was kind of wrapped up, but maybe not completely.
Yeah, I think the gold stars that survived are always going to be a part of our world and our history. But the active case is over. So if we revisit anyone from that space, it's probably more consulting kind of thing versus active case.
It just felt like with the whole Bailey story that kind of carried over as well. And yeah, I just feel like with this show now, you just never know. If you kind of gotten to that point where like, look, anything can happen at this point.
Yeah, we have such a big history and so many characters who have come and gone and everything else. It's like you never say never on this show.
Okay, well, if we're going to go there, then I'm going to ask the question that people have been asking me for the last at least couple of weeks, if not before then. Thomas Gibson. That's in it. Hotch's name has been out there. I know the history there. Is there any chance of we potentially, possibly at some point, getting him back into the fold?
I mean, he's, again, been a part of this show for so long. I loved Hotch, and I can't say that we have any plans for him this season, but yeah, but he's always in our hearts. I mean, the thing is with that character, we put him in witness protection for, the safety of his life and his son's life. And it's really hard to pull somebody out of that. We put Sydney and the girls in it this year, and it's like, I never want to say anything bad has happened to them, right? It just feels like they're safe over here. And if they come out, they're risking their safety. And I don't want to do that. So anyway, it's hard. It's not like he's just moved to, California. He's in witness protection. He has a new identity. So it's a hard thing to creatively pull him out of safety.
Plus, if he has to come out, that means something really bad has happened to somebody else on this team. And I don't know that we need
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you never know. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. You can stream all of the first couple of seasons of Criminal Minds Evolution right now on Paramount Plus. It's been a great second season. We can't wait, and we are very happy that we're going to be getting a season 3. Erica Messer, thank you so much for taking some time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, James.